In addition to Alana Smith for the Stanford Cardinal, they have had to deal with a number of injuries already this year. This is their 10th different starting lineup in their 13th game of season.
Exactly right. And starting two freshmen in Williams and Dobbin. This is a lineup they need a great start from because they have struggled at times really getting out of the box well.
Now, on the other side of things, this is a veteran-laden lineup for the UCLA Bruins. We already talked about senior Monique Billings. Of course, their senior point guard, Jordan Canada. But these are familiar faces here in the Pac-12 Conference.
Kelly Hayes from San Jose. This is her last trip to the Bay, so you know it's even more meaningful than it's ever been. She's playing very well.
So that's UCLA starting five. Kelly Hayes, Kennedy Burke, Lajane Drummer, in addition to Jordan and Mo. And they're their head coach now in her 7th season as head coach of the UCLA Bruins. Corey Close has led UCLA to back-to-back Sweet 16 after winning the WNIT championship in Jordan Mo's freshman season. And of course, the great Tara Vanderveer picked up win number 1,000 last year in February. And looking to get things kind of settled down here in 2017, 2018. A much different start than we're used to here on the farm. Obviously, they've played a number of fantastic teams already, but coming in today's Pac-12 season opener, just 6-6 on the season.
And they've struggled with health. Brittany McPhee lost 9 games with injury. Dejanay Carrington, who has started this season, lost 3 games with an injury as well. So finally, everybody healthy for Stanford, and they need things to start looking up, because in this game, to start, UCLA, the favorite at Maples, and that doesn't happen very often.
No, it does not. Alongside Mary Murphy, I'm Kate Scott. Thanks so much for tuning in to the season opener here on the Pac-12 Network for the Stanford Cardinal and the 11th ranked UCLA Bruins. Stanford starting things off on offense. There's one of their starting freshmen, Keanu Williams. UCLA going to run a lot tonight and all season here in the Pac-12.
Yeah, they are an outstanding team in transition.
There's Mo Billings going to the bucket. Sneeze it, ripping on the rebound for Stanford, and Stanford wants to run. Brittany McPhee, one of the veteran leaders for this Stanford squad, and she gets Cardinal on the board first.
You're exactly right. Stanford has not run a lot this season, and they are at their best when they get that quick shot up.
Canada, a little spin move, in and out. Smith pestered by Canada. One of the best defenders here in the Conference of Champions.
Man by UCLA to start. Expect to see some zone as well.
There's the other freshman in the starting line for Stanford, number 15, Maya Johnson. Brittany McPhee just back to the Stanford lineup, as Mary mentioned, last game against Tennessee. And here comes Mo Billing going up against Alana Smith, the two we talked about in open. Back and forth we go here in the first minute. What a move by Williams. McPhee battling for the board. Not easy to do against UCLA. Good pass to Smith. Grabs her own rebound. Stanford with an early 4-0 lead.
His job is staying with it by Smith. You cannot go point blank at Monique Billings and think you're going to come away with just too good of a jumper, too good of a shot blocker.
Billings loaded with 18 blocks on the season, averages a little over 2 per game. There's Kelly Hayes, who pops at the top of the key. So both teams still looking for their shots here early in this ball game.
Great job by Drummer to slow that transition down. Stanford had people running those lanes hard.
Canada guarding McPhee, and there's one of the best defenders, not just in the Pac-12 Conference, but the NCAA, Jordan Canada.
And her coach, Corey Close, just challenges her every single game that she can make defensive plays, defensive stops. Every time down the floor, you saw one there.
Averages almost 4 steals a contest, leading the Pac-12 right now, 6 in the NC2A. And steal number 1 for Canada.
And that really hurt Stanford in that loss to Tennessee. All those steals by Nard. I think she had 7 in that game, and it was layup city going the other way.
Tara Vanderveer said that cannot happen tonight if her Cardinals want to have a chance to beat the 11th ranked UCLA Bruins. And here's that last steal from Canada.
Just the measure up. You're going to show that ball, and Canada's going to take it away, and nobody's going to catch Jordan Canada.
3-year captain now for the UCLA Bruins. Pac-12 freshman of the year back in 14-15. Pac-12 defensive player of the year most recently by the media who covered the Pac-12 conference.
You saw numbers, we didn't, the rebound numbers, close to 4.5 rebounds per game. So every aspect of her game, she absolutely excels.
McPhee makes the first, misses the second, and UCLA right off the rebounds. Kennedy Burke, a great role player for Bruins last year. Coach looking for more from her at the start of this conference season.
music matching up with Canada.
Burke. Kelly Hayes attempts to save it. The freshman loses it, but it'll remain Stanford basketball.
At the other end, you saw Stanford go 1 for 2 from the free throw line. This has been a major issue for them this season, shooting a 64% from the free throw line, not getting there with regularity they have in the past, and that leaves a whole bunch of points they're used to having there, and they do not exist at this point. They need to correct that.
Brittany McPhee leading away for the Cardinals so far tonight. Already has 5 of their 9 points.
Kaylee Johnson on the floor, did not start.
She has checked in, number 5 in the headband, Stanford. And Smith going to the hole. And here's one of the many shot blockers for UCLA, Kennedy Burke.
You can drive to the basket, and it is tough to make shots, so a terrific adjustment by McPhee.
But McPhee missed, as Mary mentioned, 9 games, played the first 2 games for Stanford, and then sat out the next 9 with a right foot injury. Returned against Tennessee last Thursday to drop 27 in 28 minutes. So I think she came back with okay.
It was an outstanding performance, and Holly Warlick threw the kitchen sink at her, trying to slow her down. She was just that good.
Chantel Horvath, freshman number 0 for UCLA with ball.
Both coaches under their benches early.
And Billings caught on the walk that time. We were just talking about Britt McPhee missing those 9 games, but wow, what a way to come back. And Stanford and the coach Tara Vanderveer very happy that she is back and healthy here at the start of Pac-12 play.
Well, it is tough. You're playing the kind of schedule that Stanford did in the preseason. When you don't have your best player on the floor, you miss so much leadership, the production.
Alexa Romano, number 22. Pumpin just checking in for Stanford, and there's Kaylee Johnson underneath.
Coming into tonight, Kaylee had started every game this season, so comes off the bench and first shot knocks it down. So that's a big confidence builder for her.
Horvath off the back of the rim, but there's Mo Billings up and just out. How about Stanford on the O board so far?
A great job against one of the nation's most productive rebounding team in Tennessee, out-rebounding the Lady Vols.
Kaylee Johnson there, the 6'3" senior out of Casper, Wyoming. A big part of that effort. Double-digit boards for Johnson in 4 of Stanford's last 5 games. 3rd best rebounder active right now in the Pac-12 conference behind Monique Billings and Emily Potter of Utah. Lajane Drum gets a break for UCLA. We get our first look. Number 24, Japri Dean, the Texas Tech transfer. Guarding Marta Sneak as she brings it up. McPhee popping from the wing. This is everything. Canada's there. And this is UCLA's game, all about going in transition. How about Jordan Canada? And 1.
The areas that Jordan this season, we don't see her drive as much into traffic. Not to the free throw line as much as she has in the past, but picking her spots the inside out, and then the nice little screen by Billings as she bobs and weaves her way to the bucket.
Jordan Canada just seems to get better and better every time I see her. In and out on free throw attempts. Alana Smith going full court to McPhee. She'll go up against the freshman, goes to her left hand, no dice. Right back Canada's hand, 1 on 3. She smartly pulls it out. Hands wanted to carry. This is something that's going to be interesting to watch. Dean and Canada on the court at the same time.
Tara talked to us about today. Transition defense. They force UCLA to bring the ball back out and reset, and they're able to get the stop in the board.
That was huge after the way Tennessee was able to run them last week. Tara told us that they worked that transition D all week long. You can see why, especially against a team like UCLA. They have a chance to beat the Brooks. Got to slow that down. Finding Johnson, who's going to find the handle. Nice pass to McPhee. Great movement there by number 12 as well.
A beautiful cut into some space, and you can see Jordan Canada. She's just floating out there, not really worried about Marta Sneak taking that 3. So playing off and just playing freelance like a free safety in football.
Now with 7 of Stanford's 11 points. Still have 4 minutes to play here in the first. Horvath, 3. Canada with the rebound. Chris Dean pops from the wing, and it's good.
Corey Close told us about Dean. We need her to take threes. We need her to make threes. They have lost a lot of production when you talk about Korver and Cornett and what they were able to do to this team. Now graduated, so Dean steps in, knocks down an early three.
And her team. Pac-12 opener for visiting UCLA Bruins as well as the Stanford Cardinal. So happy that you could be with us tonight here on the Pac-12 Network alongside Mary Murphy. I'm Kate Scott. And Mary, we talked about coaches earlier today. And Corey Close said, yes, Tara Vanderveer, Stanford Cardinal have unexpectedly lost 2 in a row at home. And that is the last Tara Vanderveer team I want to face is the Stanford team that's lost 2 straight.
Exactly right. That the Hall of Famers can bring this team back, and we expect Stanford to play very well tonight. They got everybody back healthy, and a good start for them. And you can see already the pace that UCLA wants to play, now showing a 1-3-1 3-quarter court, so they're going to show Stanford a lot of different looks. And Dejanay Carrington back in the lineup after missing 3 games, so Stanford back at full strength.
That is exactly what they have hoped for here at the start of Pac-12 play, especially against the number 11 team in the country. So a lot of fresh faces out there right now. All underclassmen. Nadia Fingal, number 4, has checked as well. Marta Snitek, the floor leader, still out there for the Stanford Cardinal. The only member of this Stanford squad to play more than 20 minutes a game last season. It's just, this is my mind seeing that step. Horvath grabbing the loose ball. Can't get it to go. Michaela Oninoyer, number 21. Another big freshman for this UCLA team. And Dejanay Carrington, as you mentioned, just back from injury. What a pass to Dobson for the finish.
What I love most about that is she gave up the ball. Sometimes when Carrington puts the ball on the floor, she just gets tunnel vision for the basket. Really had a feel for the defense. Beautiful dish. Get your teammates involved.
12 of Stanford's 13 points coming in the paint already tonight. That was one of the things that Tara Vanderveer mentioned us as Fingal and Boynes fight for that board. Take another look at that beautiful Carrington.
This is what they have been missing. Just how powerful, versatile, and the freshman inside, Dotson. She is going to be a great one. And her teammate just set her up there. Nothing to do, just grab that ball and put it away.
The sophomore laid it off to her freshman. Johnson, 6'3", freshman forward out of Alfred at Georgia. Picked Stanford over Tennessee and Notre Dame. And Smith looking for a little contact that time. Doesn't get it. UCLA quickly going the other way. And Kennedy Burke's foul.
One of the reasons UCLA is so dynamic is just about anybody on this roster can fill the lane. Bigs, littles, it doesn't matter. If you don't have ball in your hands, you just get down the floor. Their teammates do a great job of finding them.
The second already on Brittany McPhee here with 2:15 to play in the first quarter. Misses the first. 6'1" junior out of Northridge, was a 3-time state champion at Sierra Canyon High School.
Anna Wilson on the floor, so now the 10th different Stanford player in the lineup.
Speaking of, Wilson grabs the rebound. Sophomore out of Bellevue, Washington, had to deal with a number of injuries in 2016-17, the freshman season. After you're healthy and out there on the floor here.
2-3 zone by UCLA.
Wilson from the corner. Smith there for the backdoor board. And Carrington's calling for it. Going up against Allie Rosenblum, who's checked into the Bruins. Bodies flying everywhere in the paint. Here comes Dean. Into a little space. Carrington with a hand in her face. Smile though, you can tell the swag that Dean plays with. Franklin's very happy to have that now at UCLA after Dean started her career at Texas Tech. Here's Raj Drummer, medical redshirt last season. Back healthy for the Bruins. He will 5 to shoot. Canada. That one's up the mark. And Carrington comes down with it. Wants to go all the way down the floor with it.
Good idea, but boy, you have got to find Canada because, as you mentioned earlier, if it's anyone near her, she's coming away with it.
Dean off the mark, but Burke there for the rebounds. Carrington fighting for the board, and it'll stay UCLA ball.
Kennedy Burke solid on that weak side board, just camping, waiting for it to come down, and tracks it down and gives her team a second opportunity.
Corey Close squad working on a lot of inbounds plays this morning during shoot-arounds.
These coaches cram a lot in an hour.
Don't they? Dean short that time, but comes right back. That one's going to go off Smith. It'll stay UCLA basketball.
That gets UCLA. You've got to look down a little bit. You're always looking up. You're going to miss Canada. You're going to miss Dean, and they are hawking the basketball in transition.
Some great speedy defenders on the squad in blue and gold tonight. Something they pride themselves on, the preseason top pick here in the Pac-12 conference. They're also the top pick last season. Said they were disappointed in themselves with the way things finished.
Sensational help by Fingal. She really rotated and helped on Canada exceptionally well.
Sneeze it all the way to the rack, and she's going to shoot two.
Marta got herself into a little bit of trouble under that basket. Nowhere to go, but just enough ability to draw the contact and get to the free throw line. And she did an exceptional job of it against Tennessee before the break.
One of Sneeze's better games this season. 9 points, 9 assists, just 1 turnover. Last week's loss to Tennessee, as you mentioned, she did really good, despite the fact that Stanford came out on the losing end in that one. Smith, check out. Kaylee Johnson back in. This is one of the things Tara talked to us about. A lot of new faces and just wants to try play very up-tempo this year to try to get her youngsters as much time and experience here in the Pac-12 as possible.
But we certainly are not accustomed to seeing this much substitution from a Tara Vanderveer team. So the players are having to adjust to it, and what she really wants her team to do is seize opportunities. When you're on the floor, you got to get out there, work hard, make things happen.
Final 20 seconds of this first quarter. Stanford a 14-9 lead over number 11 UCLA. The Bruins will work the clock for the final shot. Handing off to Burke. Canada coming off the screen. Looking for space. 5 to shoot. Canada. Good idea on the touchback. Put back by Kennedy Burke, but can't get anything go.
Good help by Fingal. Huge on that play.
So Stanford coming out on fire here in this first quarter. Looking to knock off the number 11 team in the country.
For the program and for Tara to drop out, but the lineup of games they had non-conference season certainly a big part of that. But 16 years in top 25, you got to tip your cap, and that's why Tara Vanderveer is in the Hall of Fame.
UCLA coming out swinging here in the second quarter, but knocking back on defense, and Stanford running the floor.
That's right, Marcinizek, Krieger and Madden getting the ball moved down the floor. On the UCLA side, they survive the first quarter. They shoot 3 of 18, and they enter the second only down 5. You could be completely buried at this point, and they were able to keep themselves in distance where they can certainly play catch quickly.
Numbers flash up on the screen. It's Dean. It's fly from 3. That's 2 now from distance for Dean.
Well, she's right on script, isn't she? Corey talked about what we need from Dean, and that's 3-point shooting. She has delivered already.
Carrington from way downtown. How about Dean Carrington?
And you can tell from the reaction of the crowd here at Maples how much they love and need more threes.
It's a big difference not seeing the Samuelson up there behind the arc for the first time in a long time. And that is something that both these teams haven't done too much of yet so far this season. Both still looking for their stroke from 3. Maybe they're going to find it tonight with their feet on the line. Dean looking from the other wing. Fingal comes down with it. Here comes Carrington again. Boy, are they happy to have her back. There's that one. Dean comes the other way. Burke going back line. Stripped by Sneezik.
Her heads up play.
Such quick hands, does Marta.
Gosh, it was a soccer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And she was a great soccer player, all-state soccer player back in high school. And you could see the way she moved feet and just got where she needed to be. But you swing the ball. Nice pass inside by Wilson, the reversal. And taking her time, good composure. And that's beautiful basketball. Unselfish.
Acknowledging assist, a point to her teammates, and as we mentioned, happy to have her back. 3rd on the team in scoring and rebound, averaging almost 12 points a game, almost 8 boards. Boy, did they miss her. Started the first 7 games of the season, then took an elbow in practice. And her last game was actually the Cardinals game against Baylor back on the 3rd of December.
Wilson disrupting, way to get in the middle of things and make something happen.
They're unable to keep hold of the basketball. As Mary mentions, great effort that time by Anna Wilson.
And she really is almost like a freshman because of the frustrations of last year. So she's trying to work in this rotation as well. Some important plays already by Anna Wilson.
Yeah, 6 games for Wilson in last year. Her freshman season had to deal with a foot injury, a concussion. As Burks put it up and in.
Selfish play by Billings, giving it up.
Look at Cameron. The pressure needs it going at it. The matchup I was looking forward to seeing tonight. You can just sense the fire from both of them.
UCLA still in that 2-3 zone. Started man-man.
Stanford doesn't have the 3-point shooters of years past. Why not?
Well, they really struggled to make some passes against that Tennessee game, and Billings, a nice job of splitting that, keeping her head up, finding her teammate Burke. Shot clock.
Good idea that time. Sneezik looking for McPhee on the oop back door, but just a little too much oomph on that pass.
Well, it's a good idea till you realize that Monique Billings is back there, and she just stands and waits like a little blocker in volleyball, and just elevates with 2 hands, and lights go out in the building.
That's a really good comparison, especially here at Maples Pavilion with one of the top volleyball teams in the nation in the Stanford Cardinal. Both teams figuring each other out, settling in. Missed a lot of shots at the start of the first quarter. Now he's sensing a little bit of calm coming over both. And there's Monique Billings with a fist pump after draining that jumper.
A top double game, and she's able to shoot over it.
One of the things Mo has worked on really hard the last couple of years. Wants to have every aspect of that game covered. Able to shoot from everywhere. She's shooting the 3 this season. Hasn't made one yet, but won't be surprised if we see one tonight.
You just can't go point blank at Monique Billings. You got to give her a head fake, get into the body.
Kelly Hayes. Here comes Brittany McPhee looking for Smith.
Good job pulling back out. The last thing she needs right here is a charge with those 2 personal fouls.
How do you fingle? Well, she finished last week's Tennessee game on fire. We were hoping we would see this momentum continue from that game, and so far so good.
Exactly right. After shoot around, she was the last one to leave and just really committed and focused, and you saw it there. Those are the shots that Stanford's been missing. Point blank in the paint.
Bingo, one of Lee McDonald's All-Americans last season with Dejanay Carrington and Anna Wilson. And 2 McDonald's All-American freshmen for Stanford were the starters tonight, Kiana Williams and Matt Johnson. So All-Americans abound on the court tonight.
Good job on transition defense by UCLA. And then they settle back into that zone.
He's at the top of it. San Jose native, has a lot of friends and family in attendance here tonight. Burke just a little late on the screen attempt. So she fascinates it. Take a look at Monique Billings last time down court.
So hard to get her position. Nice little step, and then the terrific help, and she's still able to score a little back door. And then see ya. You just can't come in soft like that. She is going to send it right back, and they run so well off those block shots.
Monique Billings, you can see, just top 10 all over the place. And she's working her way up there in points as well. Here in the Pac-12 Conference. Already the leader in blocks for the UCLA Bruins. Expect her to add a number more in the 2017-18 season. Sneezik, great footwork, finds McPhee wide open for the jumper.
Sneezik does all the work, doesn't she? Kind of brings the attention to her, and then stepping into that gap is Brittany McPhee. Good read, good timing between those 2 teammates.
9 now for Brittany McPhee.
Sneezik making the defensive call.
And this is what Tara talked to us about earlier today. He needs her veterans to step up and be a leader. We're seeing that from Sneezik and McPhee already tonight. And to shoot for Canada and the Bruins. Horvats steps inside. There's Elena Smith to the block, and Canada right back with steal. Quick shot by Canada.
What a great job by Canada to slow down the transition. Stanford had players just waiting and waving for the basketball. Could get it to him.
So quick, so athletic is Jordan Canada. Smith and Billings going at it. Smith in the best of the battle this time.
Nice job using the rim on the reverse against the shot blocker.
Stanford is successful and Smith can get going. She can be absolutely incredible, and then she can also somewhat disappear like she did last week against Tennessee. Just 6 against the Volunteers. Kayla on in there, blocked.
It's a block fest here at Naples tonight.
My goodness. Smith from way downtown. Alana Smith is heating up. Stanford on a 9-0 run.
Crowd's loving it. Corey Closet. I don't want to play a Stanford team that's lost 2 straight at home.
We were talking about Tara Vanderweer was not in a good mood earlier today. Falling to Western Illinois in upset fashion. And falling to Tennessee, dropping 2 in a row here at Maples. They did not want to drop 3 in a row. Brittany McPhee doesn't want to start off Pac-12 season by losing a 3rd in a row. And the fans loving it here at Maples.
Shots by UCLA, and Stanford an outstanding job of rebounding and getting out in transition and turning the track meet right back on UCLA and scoring in transition, spreading the wealth around. Certainly McPhee's done a solid job here in the second quarter, staying out of foul trouble, not getting that 3rd, but just about everybody down the line very solid. So Tar with 3 minutes to go to half can sit McPhee. Insurance policy want to start that second half with her 3 personal fouls.
Uncharacteristic to see also the fact that Stanford outscoring Mo Billings UCLA in the paint 22-10. So Stanford is beating UCLA at their own game so far tonight. DeJounte Carrington is having a game blocked that time. We go the other way. 2-on-1 for Dean and Canada. What a pass by Dean. Canada will shoot 2.
Really nice job by Martinezek. I didn't know if they would call that foul or not, but she played the ball. She played each pass and was just desperately seeking help to fold in behind her. But the free throw attempts by Canada, and they want to get out running, but when Stanford makes shots, you can't run right back on them. Stanford's switching on just about every screen, so what's going to be important in the second half for Corey Close as they go to the locker room is figure out the mismatches and take advantage.
Canada makes the first as we get our first look at the 60 freshman forward out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, number 10, Alyssa Rome.
A lot of international experience. I feel she's going to be terrific.
International recruiting gates are open here on the farm. Alana Smith, the first international recruit. Now a couple more here this season. Jordan Canada's taking the free throws, now has 8 points, leading the way for UCLA. We're watching Sneezik's footwork. You mentioned Mary, the former soccer player, just was really unlike everybody else.
You're a former soccer player, you really understand that. She just is able to really get her feet in front of her better than sometimes than basketball players do.
Courtney Johnson trying to get a shot before the shot clock. There's Jerome diving on the floor. A couple of freshmen going at it. Love to see that Horvat, Jerome. No doubt future stars here in the Pac-12 Conference.
The ball in possession is everything.
Jerome with the inbound to Alexa Romano. Taken away by Canada. Dean will keep it herself this time. Go to the left hand.
And we can see the difference this dynamic duo in the backcourt is doing for UCLA. Getting out in transition, making things happen.
A couple of threes. Now that layup for the Texas Tech transfer Dean. She's got it as well. And Billings forcing a turnover.
Defense to offense. It's what Canada does so well. Quick feet, the quick hand. And just keeps your body in position where she is not fouling. And then Dean, you are just off to the races. And then how you stopping that?
Court said these two were going to be fun to watch on the court at the same time, and I agree with her so much tonight. Shocking. So knows what to look out for our own teams. So UCLA trying to cut into this 8-point lead with $1:30 to go here in the first half. Monique Billings trying to get going. She's been quiet so far. We can see why. Stanford all over her. Swarming defense by the Cardinals.
That's good work for it. They have been very focused on the basketball and read and reacting extremely well tonight.
Smith using her hand a little bit on defense. Our official letting him play. Love it. Jerome. Go baseline. Reverse. Welcome to the Pac-12 Conference, Alyssa Jerome.
That's a safe shot when you have shot blockers. Use the baseline extremely well.
Last minutes here in the Pac-12 opener. Monique Billings. He'll have a chance for a three-point play. Crowd not happy about it, but that's the call coming up in just about a minute. We'll send you back up to San Francisco. Don't forget our State Farm halftime report with Chris Francis coming up. Football bowl game highlights and quick look around the rest of the conference champions here in women's basketball.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
A lot going on. How about tomorrow night with Arizona State and Arizona on the men's side? A titanic battle in the desert to kick things off.
We'll be right here on the Pac-12 Network. How about Bobby Hurley and the Sun Devils? ASU, so Mo misses it, but Horvath there for the rebounds for UCLA with another chance to cut into this 8-point Stanford lead. May not have expected this coming in. Said, okay, number 11 UCLA is Canada. Goes all the way to the rim. But that's what happens when you face a Tara Vanderveer Stanford squad. Rankings and record so far be darned. Deanna Smith, freshman for Stanford, off the mark. Canada.
Big possession for UCLA. Really crawl back in here at the end of the second quarter.
Canada for way downtown. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And Jordan Canada will clap her way into the locker room as UCLA. Nice little comeback here in the final minutes. Bruins on an 11-2 run in the last three, separating the two. And what you know, Stanford on top as we head into the second half as we look at the leading scorers for both teams.
In a great first half by Smith as well. She had 9 rebounds in addition to those 7 points. You saw Dean come off the bench. It was high impact. What a dynamic backcourt for UCLA.
Kaylee Johnson starting this second half for the Stanford Cardinals. Number 5 will take outs.
I mean, the significance of Carrington and McPhee being back in the lineup, first time since November 12th. The steal and the finish by Burke.
We've been talking about the steals by Jordan Canada in that first half. 5, but Kennedy Burke right there. She averages 2 steals a game too. Number of pickpockets on this Bruins squad. It's a great start for UCLA. The second half, cutting the lead to 1.
When you think about Canada, 5 steals and 1 personal foul. Defense, UCLA, Kennedy Burke plays it beautifully, and the finish. And I like the aggressive tone UCLA and court close coming out with.
McPhee off the inbounds. She'll shoot a couple. Talk about UCLA's inbound plays already, but Stanford just mastered those.
Well, and McPhee, just the ability to draw contact and just kind of, it's like she's jumping in deep end of the pool and a splash dive. I mean, she just find a way to get stuff to go down to create contact.
That Kennedy Burke's 3rd personal, so Corey Close will have to keep an eye on her. 6'1" junior starter out of Northridge, California.
We talked about this amongst ourselves at halftime. That was such a fast-paced first half because there wasn't a lot of fouls, there wasn't a lot of free throws.
Second half could be different. We shall see. Billings trying to get going. Had a pretty quiet first half. Good to see Billings drain one from the elbow.
Well, she's got to take that 15-foot shot. Otherwise, why play her out there?
So Billings now has 8 for UCLA. Those white jerseys all over her in the first half. Good shot swung, but Kaylee Johnson's there.
And this is why people don't always want to play Stanford man-to-man, because they go back door so well, they space the floor beautifully, and they move very, very well without the basketball.
Good idea that time by Jordan Canada. Pitts under the hoop. Great pass by Snezik. And Smith hits that a hoot.
Now, Snezik is feeling it, isn't it? I mean, she's just in a great flow.
Also, Marta Police, she gets in those flays. She has been on from the get-go here tonight at Naples. The reason that Stanford has led from the get-go. Brittany McPhee get them on the board first. They have led the entire game.
Sneezik, and you can see how Drummer gets caught high side, and a perfect read. Driver higher, have the pass just drop in, create some space, put that ball in.
Oh, there's 5 seconds by UCLA.
It just says a lot about your team when they dig in and they say, we're not letting you get the ball.
All fired up. A lot of energy and emotion here at the start of this second half. Guarding Canada. Great rebound there on the backside by Monique Billings. Billings need to see more of that from her in this second half. As Stanford all over the boards in the first half.
Very different start to this half in this quarter with all these free throws. The foul frequency is up. A lot of pro coaches making their way to UCLA and on the road to watch Monique Billings and George Canada.
Senior out of Corona, California. Out of Santiago High School. Split free throws for Corey Chris and the Bruins. Still down 4 to Brittany McPhee and Stanford. McPhee going all the way. Can't get it to go. Billings from the top of the key. Way off the mark. Stanford just will not let up. They're continuing to run night 2 from the corner. Wilson. Money.
Boy, she ran that beautifully. She's running her lane, and here comes McPhee trailing, and so she kind of veers off to the corner, and they forget about her. Swing basketball, nailed it from the corner. Anna Wilson, huge lift coming out of the locker room.
She's a great three-point shooter. She can get going. 7 of 8 from 3. So 21 points in just 19 minutes against Ohio State earlier in the year.
The thing about a young player is you can't get discouraged when you miss a couple, but swinging it. Marta Survey, swing it to McPhee in the corner, because where'd Canada go? She comes to cover McPhee, leaving Wilson in that corner. Just great recognition by McPhee. Unselfish play. Anna Wilson just knocking down a big shot.
McDonald's All-American, as we mentioned, out of Bellevue High School up in Bellevue, Washington. 5'9" sophomore. This is true. This is Wilson. Went to a couple of Stanford games last year up in the Pacific Northwest. Billings 1 to shoot. Just gets it off, and there's one of the freshmen for UCLA, Michaela Oningware.
Beautiful job of staying with the play. Again, another example of McPhee in the open court. She's so dynamic, and Kelly Hayes is an outstanding defender, but she just finds a way. She can give you so many different draws contact every time on her way up.
McPhee on the Ward Award watch list, Naismith Trophy, and Myers Drysdale watch list. Pretty much every watch list there is so far this season. Brittany McPhee is on it.
Stanford, the trouble at the free throw line. Just they're hoping they go in at this point in the season, and you've got to know that they're going in.
McPhee, very uncharacteristic, missing them both, but look who's there. It's the senior, Kayla Johnson. And wide open in the corner, Alana Smith. Says, don't worry about missing those 2 free throws, Britt, I got you.
Tara for Christmas, all I want is some 3-point shots to go down.
And Smith is into double figures. 12 now for the junior. There's Oningware, the turnaround. Smith takes it out of bounds. A couple of answers will check in for both teams.
Swing the ball, find a shooter, line it up, knock it down. One from the left side with Wilson, one from the right. And the bench getting into it. They haven't been able to practice that 3 much this year.
That's what they needed to get going. McPhee leaves her feet because, well, Gordon Canada.
Senior experience, all that international experience with USA basketball, ability to get somebody as good and as experienced as McPhee into the air and draw contact.
3 fouls now on Brittany McPhee. As Mary mentioned, McPhee in Canada along with Bill, teammates on the U23 USA national team over the summer. Love the motion. Freshman, senior going at it.
Bringing some nasty to the rebounding end. And so many times it comes down to who wants it more.
UCLA has taken the last two from Stanford. Haven't taken three
in the regular season.
In the regular season, haven't taken three in a row. The Cardinal since 87-88 in the regular season.
You cannot throw, I hope, against their passes against UCLA. They're going to step and they are going to go.
7 to shoot. McPhee swinging it to Marta. Fingal from the top of key. Rebound, McPhee is there. Smith from the wing. Fingal wide open for the board. Back-to-back offensive rebounds, and Cizik wants to slow it down.
Calls the play.
Smith has position on Canada. Crowd not happy there, saying that Jordan Canada was holding.
They're not happy either.
Smith down low. Sometimes you get away with that as an undersized guard going up against a player like Smith. If she is, just smart play by Canada. So 13 turnovers now for the Stanford Cardinals versus just 7 for UCLA, but not hurting them so far. Stanford still on top. Canada can't get it to go, fighting for the rebound. Everybody's on the floor.
I'd like to see Jordan Canada go down and stay down.
A little bit of a gooder. Asking our officials to give the floor a little wipe. So Canada looking for her shot here in the second half. She had the first half. Back-back buckets for the Brooks. Cut the lead to 3. She missed her last 3 field goal attempts here at the start of the third quarter.
Dean back on the floor.
Canada off front of the rim. Fingal there.
Boy, she's done a great job on the boards on both ends.
Starting to come into her own is number 4, Nadia Fingal.
Her 5th rebound.
Sophomore from all the way across the country from Florida. Dejanay Carrington already has 1 3-pointer tonight. Just off the mark, and Smith Horvath fighting for that one.
A solid job on that weak side by Horvath on the backside of that zone. You got to get after it.
She did just that, going up against one of best friends, Jello. Also
special, you could make a YouTube video and say, this is how you do this, and that's play defense. She is really something to watch.
5 steals all in the first half. You saw her average just under 4 steals a game so far this season. UCLA 9-2 on the year coming into tonight's game. Stanford 6-6 on the season after playing 4 top 10 teams. One of those top 10 teams, Ohio State, twice.
Wow.
So 5 of their 6 losses have come to top 10 clubs. 5 to shoot for Chris Dean and UCLA. Dean, look at her space, gets it off, can't get it to go, and there is sophomore Dejanay Carrington.
Nice job by Burke to turn Carrington around. Transition defense. Force the offense to bring it back out and go 5-on-5. In the zone, UCLA.
UCLA looking to get a couple of defensive stops and a couple of buckets. Get back in this game. 7 shoes for Alana Smith in the card. Good ball movement. Nadia Fingal pops and gets the roll.
Why did it work? The ball goes side to side. Everybody gets a touch. UCLA's got to move, adjust, and you find the sweet spot. And Fingal doing a great job on both ends. Finishes.
Bruins almost has it taken away. Good chase there by number 25, Mogillens, to get it back. Canada looking for the screen. 5 to shoot again for Dean. Good defense, last 2 trips down to Stanford. Bank is open. Canada from distance.
Carrington in the house. It's my rebound.
Dangerous, but good pass to Smith down low until UCLA takes it away. Dean wide open on wing. And Sneeze gets just a little bit too far into her.
I mean, the pass is deceptive inside to Smith because it looked open, but when you bring it back down, suddenly she's just surrounded by Bruins.
So Stanford playing great defense the last 4+ minutes. UCLA without a bucket. He's desperately trying to get back on the score sheet. Down now 10. Came into this third quarter down just 3. Stanford has just saved the course. And then you playing with 3 fouls, stays the course that time.
Boy, she's a tough check and put it on the floor. Solid inside, good with the assist.
UCLA beat Stanford here at Maples last season. Burke, no points in that ball game. Great to see her with 6 here for the Bruins tonight. It's UCLA's turn to play defense.
Tough pass.
Williams fights for it, wins it, hands off to Canada. But again, Stanford getting back in transition D. Something they've worked on all week. Knew UCLA was going to run. Sneezik skip to Alana Smith. In and out. Canada coming back. Nice touch there by Jordan Canada. Just like that, the lead down to 6.
Dean forced the ball away from Sneezik. She is working hard. Here comes Canada.
Press on for UCLA. Onion Ware.
Like, who let the wasps out? Woohoo!
Goalpost turns and walks back in frustration to the bench. Thought they had that one. Just a little too much of the arm. The freshman Onion Ware wins that steal.
Certainly a warning to Stanford. It's coming. Be ready.
The athleticism.
These Bruins are flying around on the defensive end.
9 steals tonight for the Bruins.
Oh, it's all about passing and catching right now.
Almost had number 10. Not lucky that time. Number 10. Canada pushing against Sneezik. Sneezik able to hold it off just long enough. It'll stay though, UCLA basketball.
UCLA does this stuff. They just kind of start turning it up, and stepping into the lanes a little bit quicker, Offense not really there for them tonight, but making plays on the defensive end.
Here comes Carrington. Smith with her hands up. Carrington goes into Canada, and she'll get called for the offensive foul.
This is one of the adjustments that DJ Carrington has got to make. Recognize defense, sitting up, take the shot or get rid of it earlier. But the stat is most definitely that she's going to put her head down, lower her shoulder, and go right through you.
Definitely went through Canada, who got an elbow to the nose that time. Canada, though, one of the toughest players here at the Pac-12 Conference. Dean, top of the key. UCLA needed that.
We've heard all week about how special she is, and we were looking forward to seeing her play. She's putting on a show.
It's just her 3rd game in a UCLA uniform. Had to sit out the first number of games to start the year. After that transfer from Texas Tech, they had to say it was a full year out of play after playing 2 games for Texas Tech to start last season before heading to Westwood. Dean now just her 3rd game. This is her Pac-12 Conference opener.
18 minutes, 11 points, 3 threes.
Not too bad, huh? Final 10 seconds here in this 3rd quarter. Stanford with a 5-point lead. What do the Bruins have? Canada. Yes, she does. Lead down to 2.
Well put. What does UCLA have? They have Jordan Canada.
Yes, they do. And Stanford misses this young lady. Erica McCall, leader of last year's Final Four team, with the walk-off block party in the Elite 8.
The senior, 18 of those 24 points in the second half. A senior who is just stepping her game up. A team that you need to pay attention to.
Speaking of seniors that you need to pay attention to, how about Jordan Canada so far? An ugly shooting 3rd quarter, but still 18 points, big 3 to finish that 3rd quarter. And the lead for Stanford now just 2. It has been over 30 years since UCLA won 30 straight in the regular season against the Stanford Cardinals. knew it was going to be hard to get past him for a third straight here tonight, and Stanford, as always, putting up a fight.
You know, it's interesting. Stanford is switching on everything, and there's a lot of big on little and littles on big, and UCLA really has not been able to take advantage of those mismatches. Now we're looking at 2-2-1 full court pressure. We've seen 1-3-1. We've seen the 2-3 zone and the half court.
Very close in the rooms, trying to do whatever they can to throw Brittany McPhee and Alana Smith off just a little bit. 4 to shoot. Team USA teammates going at it. Brittany McPhee! That's 12 best. I better see that Sunday night on Sports Report.
Well, hold on. There's a way to go in this game.
I'm putting that up there. 12 plays. Here's Michaela Anywhere. McPhee leaned into her Team USA teammate. Was looking for long skip pass, bounce pass, Fingal, not that time, but the bank is open here on the farm.
Did I mention her ability to just get up in the air and create out of nothing?
Britt McPhee now with 15, leading all Stanford scores. Priest Dean having a game. How about Kennedy Burke giving it a go? Not that time. Sneezik with another board.
In the corner on the left side.
Kaylee Johnson wants it against Mo Billings. Sneezik directly traffic, 10 to shoot for Stanford. Johnson going against Billings. She'll get Mo to get called for the foul. That works. Get yourself to the line.
Johnson has really battled in this game. She comes on the floor on the offensive end. They're not looking for her to be a big scorer, but just make sure you pass and catch before she struggles at the free throw line.
6 boards, a couple of assists.
60% from the line.
Can't get that one to go. Hard foul that time. Hard fall that time, pardon me, by Fingal, and the foul. Still get called on Onware. He looks at our official and says, we're just blocking out. How's that a foul?
And look at the numbers. 4 for 10 from the free throw. In a game against number 11, every point counts. You're working so hard to get the line.
McPhee. Fist pump after that three-pointer.
It's got that called. I know it's going in. It's showing up, and she's just running back like it is all good.
And Corey Close is fired up. Looking at our officials wanting a timeout. UCLA, the 11th ranked team in the country. They want this one. You know who else does?
It's really like it's the preseason. This is just her 4th game of the year. I mean, it's November. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. But boy, she is really bringing it. So good to be back.
18 points tonight for McPhee. She's got 11 career 20-point games. 5 of those games have come against top 25 competition, 3 of them against top 10. So she loves to shine the lights of the brightest. Doing that again here tonight. UCLA, meanwhile, needs to turn things around as we quickly approach the 7-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. They've only trailed coming into the second half twice so far this season. Those games ended up as their 2 losses. Both UConn and Oklahoma State. UCLA 9-2 on the season. Fingal at Stanford 6-6, but you wouldn't know it by the way they are playing here tonight.
Confidence is a wonderful thing in sports, and you're seeing that evolve with Nadia Fingal. She has been just rock solid for Stanford tonight.
Sophomore out of Navarre, Florida. Burke blocked by Alana Smith. Running the double-double when it comes to points and rebounds. She's working her way up there in the block column, too.
That's a big defensive possession for UCLA. They cannot let this hold it any bigger.
Down 9 right now. Make that 11. Fingal is feeling it.
UCLA has got to make an adjustment and find her in the high post. They're letting the pass get there. They're not turning around and getting to her, and she's knocked down to straight.
Stanford on a 9-0 run here in the fourth quarter. Finally, UCLA able to get on the score sheet.
Someone's got to come meet the ball. It's kind of like good luck Britt there for a while.
Sneezik does eventually come and get it, as does Smith. Skip past to McPhee. Danger there in the corner. Lonnie calling for another foul.
Stanford finding gaps in the zone. You see McPhee kind of circle through. Here comes Fingal from low to high. Nice patient pass. Doesn't hesitate. And the bench says, yeah, this is more like it.
4 of 6 on the field tonight. 8 points, 5 rebounds, a couple of assists for Nadia. You were so impressed with the way she played in the fourth quarter against Tennessee. McPhee, spin move. She'll go to the line. Burke not happy about it.
She's a tough check. It's how she has so much intent when she puts the ball on the floor. She has such a focus. She's able to make contact. We talked about it time again.
The fourth personal on Kennedy Burke. 5:35 to play here in the fourth quarter. Very close so far. Gonna trust the junior to stay in. Lajane Drummers checked back in, number 11 for UCLA. No Billings and Nadia Fingal fighting for that one. Fingal couldn't believe it, and then the call corrected. Fingal all smiles.
UCLA certainly struggling to score. They're shooting 31% from the floor. How are they even in this ball game? Because they've got 9 steals and only 8 turnovers. Stanford has 18 turnovers. UCLA has taken more than 10 shots more than Stanford. So they're shooting early, but taking a lot more shots. Finding a way on a night where the ball is just not going in the bucket.
Fingal good from the free throw line this time.
UCLA 14 more shots than Stanford because of turnovers and on their end taking care of the ball.
Stanford now up 12 on the 11th ranked team in the country. Welcome to Pac-12 conference play, where everybody has a chance to beat everybody.
Brian Agler's here from the LA Spark, and he said Stanford's going to get it together. Tar is too good, their talent's too good. It's going to happen. Corey Close said the same thing.
That last team she wanted to play as Burke is good from distance. Last team she wanted to play was a pissed-off Stanford squad. They dropped a game they should have won against Western Illinois, and then fell to a very tough Tennessee squad. Stanford hasn't dropped a season opener since 2000. Thought tonight might be the night. Well, you don't know Stanford too well. 9 with 4:45 to play here in the fourth.
UCLA out of the zone and either man-to-man.
Sneezik takes the 3 down to Smith. Turns. Monique Billing there. Rebound taken away from her momentarily, but a foul called underneath.
First foul of the quarter on Stanford.
And it has been all Nadia Fingal for the Stanford Cardinal here in this fourth quarter. The sophomore leading the way on a beautiful holiday night out here on
her second game back. Tennessee, Christmas break, and now UCLA, and she's been putting on a show, leading the way. This is exactly what Tar Vanderveer needed. Her superstar playing like this. Great support from the bench, and boy, when you're winning and making shots and you're able to play after sitting for 9 games, Brittany McPhee, you talk about life elevated, she's living it.
Zach to Dean from the corner. UCLA needed that coming out of the timeout. Cuts the lead to 6. Just over 4 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Monique Billings, Kaylee Johnson. It's going to be a jump ball.
When has the tide turned? Dean's been on the floor, the full court pressure, and Stanford unable to handle it, and UCLA pressing, making their case.
UCLA pressing again, go wide open, but the pass short, intercepted by Mo Billings. Free safety that time, number 25. Dean wants it back.
Yeah, we've talked about it. I hope it makes their passes don't make it against UCLA.
so athletic and covers so much ground in such a short amount of time. Brittany McPhee going at it. Sneak in Canada. This has been a fun battle tonight. Step back. Jordan Canada. No. Mobility is there. She'll go to the line.
Picture perfect, isn't it? Get the rebound. Keep ball high. Initiate a little contact. Get to the free throw line. Billings falls up. And so is she. Straight up. And Fingal just cannot keep her hand straight up, and Bill the opportunity at the line.
No, finally into double digits for UCLA. And white jerseys all over her all night. Stanford winning the battle on the boards by 14 rebounds. But that last rebound, a big one for Mo Billings. And UCLA, after seeing Stanford start this quarter on a 9-0 run, the Bruins on an 8-0 run of their own. And how about the defense? Another jump ball. This one's going the Bruins' way.
So what's the problem? You see full pressure. You cannot take it to the sideline and pick it up. It's an extra defender. Now you've got two human defenders and the sideline. You are locked up and in trouble.
UCLA, as you mentioned in the last quarter, starting to turn the dial up.
This is an experienced team. It's played a lot together, and they know how to come back.
It's her third game this season for UCLA. Excited to be on the court with her fellow guard Canada. Kenny Burke from the court, in and out.
What a big rebound by Smith.
Fifth able to come down with it. Sneak.
Martin's like, will you go away, Jordan Canada? Everywhere I turn, you're there. Need it, grabbing the shoulder.
She might have gotten a shoulder into her shoulder. She turned the corner for Jordan Canada. It comes down to what you started out talking about the game, Mary Murphy. Those free throws for the Stanford Cardinal.
UCLA have helped themselves at the line as well. They're 7-12, but Stanford with just 2 team fouls with 3:23 left. Everything that happens for UCLA foul-wise with all this pressure, it's going to free throws for Stanford. But the misery continues.
I'm not used to seeing Stanford team miss this many free throws. Helping UCLA stay in the ball game. Sneezik drained the second. 3:20 to go here in the ball game. Stanford up 5.
Talk about drawing a crowd.
There's Logic Drummer back after redshirting last season due to injury.
Get it away from the sideline. Get from the sideline. They'll make you pay.
Almost had another steal that time. Almost had one there. Here's Dean telling out defending Sneezik. Billings going for steal. McPhee wants it down low. She had the mismatch, and McPhee got a chance for a 3-point play.
Now this is what can happen when you go man-to-man. You want to post up a smaller matchup, and that's Canada. Beautiful pass from Nadia Fingal, and a solid job adjusting by Canada to eat up some of that space. But down low, McPhee, who's going to stop her?
Leading all scores now with 22 points. Brittany McPhee, her 12th 20-point game.
But the pass by Fingal, key. You can post up and be open, but the ball's got to get there.
And Canada gets called for the offensive foul. Sneezik and the card fired up. Canada and Corey Close absolutely just frustrated right now. Stanford, though, playing incredible defense here in this second half.
McPhee trying to take charge against this pressure and really communicate to her teammates. Like, let's get ready.
McPhee looking to go coast to coast, and then smartly swings it back out. Sneezik again using her body, takes the foul. Her footwork, her body positioning, the 4-2 sports star back in Washington, D.C. has been huge for Stanford's success tonight.
It really shows that you can really make a contribution without scoring a lot. 6 rebounds, 4 assists. And you need somebody who wants the ball in her hands against this kind of pressure.
Sneezik is the one who wants it. Stanford trying to pull away. Final 2:30 of this ball game. Pac-12 season opener for number 11 UCLA and the unranked Stanford Cardinal. First time they've fallen out of top 25 since 2001. They're ready to get back into it. Not so fast, though. Kennedy Burke, money from distance. And trapped again on the sideline. And we've got a jump ball as McPhee falls to the floor. McPhee and these fans is in here not happy about that call.
There's destinations on the floor where you want to be. This is not one of them on offense against a trapping defense. Death Valley.
Christine and McPhee going at it. Freshman Kiana Williams checks back in for Stanford. McPhee running the sideline route. Going at Jordan Canada, her former Team USA teammate, and McPhee gets it to fall. What can't she do? Twisting, turning, trying to lead her Cardinal to the win. Bird this time from the top of the key. No. Billings fighting for it. Give it out to Canada. Buck Fuga play here in this game. Dean from downtown. Billings again on the O-boards. UCLA getting desperate here. Canada blocked by Smith. Just a little too much body that time for our officials.
Canada just trying to make something happen. Long ball not working. UCLA 8 for 23 from distance. A shooting foul. UCLA needs this. They need the break. They're going full court. They're pressing. They're trying to make things happen. They need this quick little rest.
Hands on knees. Kennedy Burke and the Bruins push hard here in the final minute 30. The difference now 6. 68-62. Stanford on top. Michaela Onion, athletic freshman, waiting to check in for UCLA. She will do just that. Give Jordan Canada a quick rest. The 20 now, Jordan Canada trying to wheel her team to a comeback here in the final minute 30. Brittany McPhee, such a smart player. Wants to slow it down.
Interesting that Corey Closen choosing to foul with as poorly as Stanford shoots free throws.
Instead, they'll let McPhee run, and she goes all the way. To the rack. Stanford up 7. A minute to play. Drummer looking for Onion there.
And it really makes you appreciate how much they missed Brittany McPhee. When you watch this game and you watch that Tennessee game, you go, wow, yeah, no wonder they struggled. 13 points in the fourth quarter by Brittany McPhee.
And guess who gets the rebound? It is Brittany McPhee. And Mo Billings has to reach out and foul Kiana Williams. So as you mentioned, 27 her first game back last week against Tennessee. 26 tonight, and fans are letting Brittany McPhee hear it.
Spread floor, rub your defender off, and go to the bucket. McPhee is shining bright, and she has seen intense pressure and focus because the game plan is to stop McPhee.
Kiana Williams, freshman out of San Antonio, Texas. Money for the line.
Cannot say enough about the bench for Stanford. Everyone that stepped on the floor making a contribution.
Every single Stanford player on the score sheet tonight. This young woman, the future of this Stanford program, the highest recruit for Cardinals since Sinead Wumake, is Kiana Williams. She comes in, makes a couple of big buckets here in the final minutes, and Stanford just 41 seconds away from
this season. You're 11th ranked in the country. Stanford has slid. They come in 6-6, but it's Stanford, it's Maples, and there's a lot of pride in this program.
Yes, indeed. As you can see, up 72-63 with 41 seconds to play here at Pac-12 season opener. Stanford has led from start to finish. Guess who got them on the board in the first few minutes of the first quarter? It was Brittany McPhee.
Fiddle 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists in 24 minutes of play. This is consistency that Laura is seeking.
So as Mary mentioned, does not get any easier for UCLA on Sunday, nor Stanford.
Yeah, right.
USC having a fantastic start to their season. As Williams is fouled, the Trojans 10-1 under new but old head coach Mark Mack.
Right now, Cal is up on SC by 10.
Minutes playing the third quarter across the bay in Berkeley. Talking to UCLA assistant Shannon Pear before the game, and she brought up a good point that this senior class for UCLA hasn't beaten Cal in Berkeley yet in their careers. So this is a very difficult place over at Haas Pavilion. Just like playing Stanford here at Maples. And it doesn't get any easier next week. And down in Westwood, yeah, they are going home. But as we mentioned, Oregon and Oregon State coming to town. Don't we all love Pac-12 conference play?
This is an important day, an important game for Stanford. They were, people were counting them out. Good talent on this team. Certainly Hall of Fame coaching on that bench.
It is going to be on another level tomorrow night. This one has been a great opener. On the women's side here in the Pac-12 Conference, final 30 seconds. Stanford looking to close it out, snap a two-game losing streak here at Maples. Avoid dropping their first Pac-12 opener since 2000. Caprice Dean, great to see her look so good in her Pac-12 opener for UCLA. But they're going to need more if they want to come out on top Sunday across the bay at Haas Pavilion. The number 20 Cal is looking pretty darn good here early in the season. California 9-2 on the year. Their losses coming to ranked teams as well, and the fans letting Stanford hear it. Here at Maples, what an effort from Brittany McPhee and this Cardinal squad. Erica McCall, loving it.
She's going to feel like she had something to do with it. She showed up at shoot-around this morning and got everybody fired up. Now playing for Indiana in the WNBA. She will be leaving tomorrow for Hungary.
Yep, flying back, playing pro overseas as well.
It's not a short flight.
Sure, great to see the youngsters light up, though, when McCall showed up at shoot-around this morning. And speaking of lighting it up, Carrington, the freshmen and sophomores on the Stanford squad. My, oh my, they're going to be fun to watch develop in this Pac-12 season and over the next few seasons here Pac-12 conference play.
Stanford over the last two games, Tennessee in here tonight against UCLA. They're plus 16 rebounding against UCLA. They have dominated boards against very good rebounding teams.
Carrington, 7 points, 5 boards tonight. Canada, one last attempt. Billings gets the board. She'll shoot a couple in the final few seconds here at Maples Pavilion. Just incredible effort from every single player on this Stanford squad. Nadia Fingal, 10, Alana Smith, 14, Britt McPhee, 26. But as Mary Murphy mentioned, every player getting on the score sheet, making a difference.
25 points off the bench for Stanford. And Marta Smizek did score a lot, but 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 40 minutes play. And being hounded by Dean and hounded by Canada.
She got a round of applause as she checked out just then. And that's going to do it on the Pac-12 season opener. What do you know? Stanford victorious yet again. 29-3 now in their Pac-12 home openers. They knock off the number 11 UCLA Bruins 76-65.
So all these questions.